Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all online and offline students. Sorry for delay because this is because of YouTube Live. Actually, you are facing problem in the classroom. As you know that tomorrow is prelim examination, and because of that, we are taking just one lecture today, and tomorrow there will be no lectures because tomorrow many students will give their prelim examination, and after that, uh, making key. We'll also make a key for this prelim exam, okay, prelim GS paper. So it will take a whole day. So today we'll discuss about the polity, okay, Indian polity and governance part. This is just introductory lecture, means you will understand actually the scope of polity and governance. So first of all, actually we'll see this mains related part because for prelim it is relatively easy. In prelim, more or less we can say 10 to 13 questions are asked on polity, Indian polity. Out of those 10 to 13 questions also, you will see that around 8 questions, 7 questions, they are under traditional polity. And remaining questions, they are asked on the extended part of polity, which you may not get in your regular books. For that purpose, you will have to read newspapers or you will have to do some investigation there. Means you will have to curiously find out the information related with it. Okay. Like suppose certain laws are there. Okay, on laws which are recently passed, amendment, constitutional amendment which are recently passed. Okay, on that part, in prelim examination, questions are asked. So polity from prelim point of view, it is easy for most of the students. Okay, that is not that much difficult. Means if you are getting less marks in Indian polity in prelim, means you may go out of the competition. But when you are getting good marks in polity, in prelim examination, it doesn't mean that you will win competition, but at least you will remain in race. Because you will not get age when you are getting sufficient marks in Indian polity in prelim examination. म्हणजे साधारणतः 12-13 पैकी 8-10 प्रश्न तर म्हणजे जे रेसमध्ये असतात त्यांच्या बरोबर आहेत. 10-11 इतके. म्हणजे त्याच्यामुळे you will not become winner because of it. But definitely will remain in race. Means it is relatively simple. Difficult topics from prelim point of view there, your art and culture part of Indian history, then ecology part, okay, ecology and environment, and economics. So, and miscellaneous question. Actually, these questions decide your prelim result. That's why you always focus on that part. Okay, when you are preparing for prelim examination, give more emphasis on that part. Actually, Indian polity is favorite subject of many UPSC students. That's why actually you start with your Lakshmikant, but not waste your lot of time in reading that book and going behind every fact, because that was factual data you cannot remember, and at many places you can apply your own logic. When we will start our actual lectures, so I will tell you from time to time how you can remember that information on the basis of logic. You need not to actually remember everything. Okay, on logic also you can solve many questions. And conceptual clarity is important. Concepts are clear. Suppose once concept is clear, forever your concept is clear. So instead of reading it for 10 times, only once you clear your concept. Like suppose in the previous lecture, your batch or other batch I told, suppose federation. So federation is a concept. Okay. So federation is a concept. Once it is clear, then which of the features of Indian Constitution are a federal feature, and which of the feature of Indian Constitution which are a unitary feature. You will not have to remember it. ओके, तर तुम्हाला काय करायचं तर म्हणजे त्याचं लॉजिक अप्लाय करायचं. आपण काय करतो ते पाठ करायचा प्रयत्न करतो, ते पाठ करायचा प्रयत्न करायचा नाही. आणि डू नॉट वेस्ट युअर मोर टाइम on reading Indian polity, that factual data. Okay, and initially you go macro to micro, means major conceptual part of Indian polity you understand, governance part you understand, try to solve more mains question, you understand main syllabus, that is more important. Okay, and prelim part, whenever prelim will come, whenever you will give a prelim examination, that factual data in those 4 months, suppose you are starting your prelim study the month of December or January, then you get almost 4 to 5 months. That data you can remember by revisions. आणि कसं लक्षात ठेवायचं, काही पार्ट जो असतो तो शॉर्ट टर्म मेमरीचा आणि काही पार्ट हा लॉंग टर्म मेमरीचा. म्हणजे शॉर्ट टर्म मेमरी आणि लॉंग टर्म मेमरी म्हणजे काय, तर ज्या वेळेस मी कन्सेप्ट actually I will be bilingual today because it is on YouTube also. So many students they listen it. Some students from Marathi medium also they listen it. तर तुम्ही जो डेटा लक्षात ठेवण्याचा प्रयत्न करा, तर तो डेटा हा आपला कमी काळाकरता लक्षात राहतो. कुठलाही फॅक्च्युअल डेटा, बिकॉज इट्स अ ह्युमन माइंड. हे काही कम्प्युटर नाहीये की आपण एकदा स्टोअर केला की झालं सर्व. असं कम्प्युटर नाहीये. त्यामुळे हा डेटा जो असतो ना, ज्यावेळेस एक्झाम जवळ असते त्यावेळेस डेटाची रिव्हिजन जास्त करायची. आणि जे कन्सेप्च्युअल क्लॅरिटी असते, म्हणजे सुरुवातीचा काळ असतो, तर सुरुवातीचा काळ तुम्ही कन्सेप्च्युअल क्लॅरिटीवर, थिंकिंगवर द्यायचा असतो. आपण काय करतो, सपोज यू आर रीडिंग इंडियन पॉलिटी, व्हॉट यू डू, ऍक्च्युअली यू read each and every fact, each and every case study, and unnecessary you accumulate lot of information. I'm not saying knowledge, that is information, and you forget it. Again you read it, again you forget it. That is a cycle. Okay, that is a cycle. त्यामुळे आपला त्यात वेळ बराच वाया जातो. सुरुवातीला जर तुम्हाला कोणी फॅक्ट्स विचारलेत नाही तर जास्त टेन्शन नाही घ्यायचं. तर तुमचा कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर आहे, त्यातल्या फॅक्ट्स ज्या असतील त्या तुम्हाला एक्झामच्या 4-5 महिने अगोदर तुम्हाला ते थोड्याफार म्हणजे यू कॅन रिमेंबर इट. But right now, when you will start your preparation, you ask question, why these provisions are given in the constitution? This why, always you try to find out answer for this why. Like suppose election of the president. Why that formula? Why indirect election? Suppose governor is elected or appointed? Appointed, right? गव्हर्नरचं तुम्ही कधी इलेक्शन बघितलेत का? गव्हर्नर ऑफ स्टेट्स इलेक्शन नसतात. व्हाय गव्हर्नर्स आर नॉट इलेक्टेड? व्हॉट विल हॅपन इफ गव्हर्नर्स आर इलेक्टेड? आता हे तुम्हाला जे रेग्युलर टेक्स्ट मी म्हणजे यूज करतात लक्ष्मीकांतचं बुक, तर त्यांच्या पुस्तकात हे दिलेलं नाहीये, बिकॉज दॅट इज जस्ट फॅक्च्युअल इन्फॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. बट इन मेन एक्झामिनेशन दे आस्क यू दिस व्हाय, whether we need position of the governor, because there are a lot of controversies regarding governor, right? Because sometimes in center government is different and in states government is of different political party. Then some controversies happen there because of the actions taken by the governor. You may know actually position of Maharashtra when previous governor was there in Maharashtra. Always there were news between the conflict between governor and the government, right? This happened in Maharashtra itself. We saw it. So that actually we want to understand why this type of conflicts are there. Okay, that we will understand. Now, in main examination, it is difficult. First of all, polity paper, we must know there are 20 topics in Indian polity. Okay, whatever I will tell you right now, that you remember. Okay, now this I will just show you, you understand it first. Okay, you understand it first. So you can see here, these are the 20 topics. This number you can see here. Now I will tell you this categorization. I will tell you this categorization. Here, 17 to 20 topics. You can see these 17 to 20 topics. So, moti actually you understand this Indian polity, governance and international relation paper. Okay. And believe me, many students who have cleared prelim or who have given mains, they also don't know many times how many topics are there. Which questions are asked on which topic. That is very important because it leads to precision in your study, to precise study, right? Do not waste your time. So here, 4 topics, 17, 18, 19, and 20. These 4 questions, sorry, 4 topics are there on international relations, right? IR. 4 topics are there related with IR. Then you see here again, topic 1 to 9, they are related. These topics also 1 to 9, they are related with Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution, right? So 1 to 9 topics are there, they are related to Indian Constitution, and this 10 to 16 points, they are related with governance. Governance, in governance, then schemes, etc. All these things will come under the governance. So first of all, this syllabus is divided in 3 parts: Indian Constitution, second governance, and third IR. Right? So out of these 20 topics, Indian Constitution has only 9 topics, right? And your Indian polity by Lakshmikant is useful related only with these 9 topics. For remaining topics, 11 topics, absolutely nothing is given in that book. Which books you are referring for GS2 paper? 90% student will say Lakshmikant. My question is, if in the syllabus to 16 topics they are related with the governance, that book is not useful for main examination. If that is not useful for main examination, then what you will have to read? Question arises. So here you will have to read the material which you will collect through different class notes, current event notes, discussion in the classroom, brainstorming in the classroom. Why? That also I will tell you. बघा, आता तुम्हाला सिलेबस माहित नाहीये डिटेल मध्ये, डोंट वरी, म्हणजे दॅट इज नॉट अन इश्यू. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी मस्ट नो द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दिस पेपर, अँड दिस इज द प्रॉब्लेम. म्हणजे आपल्याला स्ट्रक्चर माहित नसतं, कुठे जायचंय आपल्याला हेच माहित नसतं. आपण फक्त काय घेतलं पुस्तक वाचत बसायचं, दॅट इज वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम. तुम्ही अभ्यासिकेमध्ये जा, कुठल्याही अभ्यासिकेत गेल्यानंतर तुम्हाला कमीत कमी 50% टेबलवर न, म्हणजे लोकांचं स्टडी टेबल असतं, लक्ष्मीकांतचं गाईड ठेवलेलं असतं, पुस्तक ठेवलेलं असतं, म्हणजे ते साईनच आहे. विच इज रॉंग, विच इज रॉंग. वाय इट इज रॉंग? द ओनली polity in prelim examination, those very simple questions. Other questions are related to the current event or laws or part of polity. You have to actually find by yourself. And in main examination, only 9 topics are related with from the paper 2. 2 or 3 is also bad. They are actual part. Those 6, 7 also application. That is application of it, not that paper. Okay. So now in Indian Constitution, what is given? Then what is given? And in IR, what is see? Before that, I like to show you. Previous and politics. You will understand. Shall study. मला इतकं प्रिसाइजली माहित असलं पाहिजे की कुठला प्रश्न, कुठल्या टॉपिकवर प्रश्न कुठे येत आहे, आणि हा सिलेबस तुमचा पार्ट असला पाहिजे. हाऊ ऍक्च्युअली यू विल रिमेंबर द सिलेबस? बाय रीडिंग इट अगेन अँड अगेन अँड अगेन एव्हरी डे. एव्हरी डे तुमच्या जे स्टडी रूम असेल किंवा तुमचं स्टडी टेबल असेल, त्याच्या बाजूला पेपर 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th मेनचा सिलेबस लागलेला असला पाहिजे, रोज डोळ्यासमोर असलं पाहिजे. जसे बघा सुविचार आपण आता आजकाल कोणी लिहित नाहीत, नाही तर पूर्वीच्या काळात बघा घरामध्ये असं भिंतीपर्यंत शाळेमध्ये सुविचार लिहिलेले असतात. जुने तुम्ही गावात राहायला किंवा माहित नाहीत, पण गावामध्ये ते दाब्याचे घर राहायचे किंवा सरे राहायचे, त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा असे म्हणजे आपले खडूने वगैरे सुविचार लिहिलेले जायचे. तर सुविचार असे लिहिण्याचं कारण काय असतं ना, की आपल्याला माहित नाहीत का सुविचार, परंतु ते समोर राहिल्यामुळे काय होतं ना, ते आपल्यामध्ये इंटरनलाइज व्हायला लागतं. सारखं वाचून. Same is about this syllabus. Now you see topic number 17, 18, 19 and 20. These 4 topics were related with Indian polity. Now you see this question. When you will see this question paper, I will show you question number 9 and 10. Question number 9 and 10. They are related with IR. Okay. Now what these questions are saying, virus of conflict is affecting the functioning of SCO. In the light of the above statement, point out the role of India in mitigating the problems. Now SCO means what? Now this is not our issue today, but this is related with the international organization and in that India's role. Right? So here 2 things you must know. First, basic concept of this organization and how India is associated with this organization. Now it's a continuous process because it will not change means 180 degree. India's position will not change 180 degree. म्हणजे जे 2 देशांचे संबंध असतात एकदम नाही बदलत ना. त्यामुळे एक फ्रेमवर्क असतं, त्या फ्रेमवर्क मध्येच ते थोडंफार संबंध बदलत असतात. याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा 40% वगैरे करंट इव्हेंट असेल, 50-60% ट्रॅडिशनल पार्ट असतो. कारण ट्रॅडिशनल इश्यू सुरू असतात. तर भारत पाकिस्तानमध्ये आता ट्रॅडिशनल इश्यू जे आपल्याला माहितीच आहेत काय काय आहेत, तर किंवा इंडो बांगलादेश रिलेशन मध्ये काय आहेत की border problems. That is border problem means actually immigrants which are coming from or the Bangladeshi which are entering into India illegally from Myanmar, again same thing. So these problems we know. So त्याच्यामध्ये recent development काय आहे that you can write here. And number 10 question, Indian diaspora has scaled new heights in the West. Indian diaspora means Indian people who are residing in different countries, in foreign countries, right? Means Indian people in USA, UK, Australia, or West Asian countries, or East Asian countries, Indian diaspora, Indian people living abroad. So Indian diaspora has scaled new heights in the West. Now they are talking about the Western countries. So describe its economic and political benefits for India, right? Means Indians who are businessmen, who are occupying the important positions in those countries or in MNCs, or suppose they also give support to their economy, means that country's economy. Obviously, that country maintains our relationship. We also maintain our relationship with that country because our Indian people are staying there. So these are the dimensions in which you will prepare in advance. Okay. Now forget about these questions. So first of all, you must know this 9-number question and 10-number question. These 2 questions are asked on IR, and after that, directly you will see question number 19 and 20. You see here 19 and 20. 19 and 20. Okay. This is a NATO. And then here C is an important component of the cosmos related with International Maritime Organization. We discussed that. So here you see it is asked for 50, 30 marks, right? And previous 10 plus 10, 20 marks, right? So IR is asked for 50 marks. Other topic is 4, but it is asked for 50 marks. याच्यातलं काय होतंय की we understand weightage of that part in our paper and accordingly how much time we will give that we understand here. आता हे नंबर माहित असले पाहिजेत का? Yes. Why? Because you know design of that paper when in examination, when you will write answer, you know on which number these questions are asked. And generally this train remains for few years. Okay. In one of the year after 4-5 years, they change this sequence. But generally, sequence remains same. फार मोठा बदल नाही होत, बदल तरी झाला. आपल्याला तर परफेक्ट माहिती आहे की 9-10 नंबर, आणि तुम्ही बघा याच्या अगोदर तुम्हाला पेपर पण असंच सापडेल, त्याच्या अगोदर पण तुम्हाला असंच दिसेल. म्हणजे एक सुरुवातीच्या 3-4 वर्षानंतर एक बदल झाला होता, नंतर एक छोटा बदल झाला. अदरवाइज इट इज सेम. International relation is asked for 50 marks, 50 marks. And in that we see that proportion only this is asked. Now here our main focus is not actually international relation, that is Indian polity and governance. Now we will go on that Indian polity and governance. So before that, do you have any question on this part? Anything you would like to know? Any question which comes in your mind? That actually presently we will understand approach, how to study. We will not directly go into the that content part. Okay. Because right now the framework we are trying to understand. Let's suppose which books you will read. This is a question for IR, right? Suppose you are directly reading newspaper for IR, you will not understand it because you don't know that framework. So before starting reading these international relation related articles, first you understand this organization, bilateral relations. So one NCERT book is there. Okay, I think 11. It's 11th book. Okay, that NCERT book is there. That bilateral relations of India with different countries, they are given. So this no need to teach in the classroom. Definitely teachers will take it in the classroom, but on your own also first you can understand that framework from that NCERT book. And in the classroom, the detailing of that relation you can ask to teachers, because teachers are specialized. Okay, they have study in those relations. So your concept will be clear. And in the classroom, you will not waste your time in just reading just understanding the basic framework, which is already given in the books. The classroom advanced part, you can discuss and those articles related with international relations. So right now, when you are starting your preparation, initial 4 months, 5 months, IR related international part, you do not read from newspaper. Why you do not read? Because you will not understand it. That will be intellectual entertainment. You will get feeling. I am reading international relation, Ukraine and Russia, that war, or Hamas, Palestine, and so Israel, Hamas, what is happening there? पहिली गोष्ट इस्रायल हमासला डायरेक्ट असा प्रश्न इथे असा विचारलेला नाही, विचारणार नाही. इंडिया रिलेशन दॅट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट, राईट. इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये विचारलं जाईल तेव्हा अजून बघू आपण. आपल्याला अजून बेसिक फ्रेमवर्क माहित नाही. आपण काय करतो की रोज सपोज इस्रायलने अटॅक केलेला आहे, तिथे अटॅक केला, ह्या सिटीवर अटॅक केला, त्या सिटीवर अटॅक केला, दिस पीपल डाई. So those news, day-to-day news, we read and unnecessarily accumulate that information. Yes, those who are having special interest, they will read it. As a common man, suppose I have interest, I will read it. But you are going to give an examination where you have a less time, okay, and you want to study it from an examination point of view. That's why initially, first you understand that framework of India's relation with various countries and various organizations, and after that, you can superimpose your current event part on that basic framework. आपण नेमकं उलट करतो. उलट काय करतो की न्यूजपेपर वाचतो. आपल्या प्रत्येकाने सांगितलं न्यूजपेपर वाचायचं. वाचायचं पण तुम्हाला त्यातलं कळलं तर पाहिजे. And you develop that pseudo, we can say, satisfaction or confidence if we read international relation from newspaper and we are getting idea about it. तर तसं होत नाहीये. अगोदर तुम्हाला बेसिक ते फ्रेमवर्क समजून घ्यावं. ओके, नाउ लेट्स गो ऑन द syllabus. Indian Constitution, 1 to 9 topics are there. So these topics, even though given here, so that is nothing but Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. So some parts of Indian Constitutions are separated and they are given in the form of syllabus. And related questions are asked. Related with prelim examination, whole Indian Constitution is actually syllabus. Okay. The complete Indian Constitution is a syllabus. But here we are talking about the main examination. Now here suppose first question, first topic is there. So Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendment, significant provision, basic structure. All these things are given in. Now, historical underpinnings, evolution, that is almost same. Means how Indian Constitution is evolved. Now, how Indian Constitution is evolved? That is a traditional question. No one is asking this question nowadays in the main examination. Means since last 7 to 8 years, 10 years, I will say. No one is asking this question in main examination. In prelim examination, anyway, we will study it. Okay. How Indian Constitution evolved. Means from and 1947. So the features are there. That is a factual data. Now, what I will suggest that factual data, so in the class, I will take it whenever actually we start it. But once you understand that framework, do not read it again and again right now, because you will forget it. So better, as I told you, you study it before your prelim examination. Means from the December, suppose you are giving your attempt next year, then from December or January, you can start reading it, means revising it. आतापासून तुम्ही रिवाइज करत बसला तर you will waste your lot of time, right? Then features of Indian Constitution, that is important. That is actually conceptual cause. It is the conceptual concept. Features of Indian Constitution. Now, features of Indian Constitution, they are asked in prelim examination by different ways. Like suppose they will ask about the liberty, equality, or even the features which are given in the fundamental rights. But fundamental something. Prelims are part of last thing. In main examination of these features are asked. So they are asked you applied part. Applied. I will give you one simple example of it. And significant provision and the basic structure of the Constitution. आता सध्या बाजूला ठेव. Basic structure itself, one we can say important concept in Indian polity. तर तो थोडा बाजूला ठेवूया. हे प्रत्येकाला माहित असतं भारतात. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एक्झाम देतात ना, असं एकच स्टुडंट नसतो एक्झाम देणारा की त्याला बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लक्षात त्याच्यावर एखादा प्रश्न विचार. ते कमी केलेलं. कारण प्रत्येकाचं क्वेश्चन भारतीय केस प्रत्येकाचं आता प्रत्येकाच्या लक्षात झालं. Will ask you current event question. They will not ask you procedure of amendment in the main exam. Okay. So this first topic, if question asked, they will ask you on features, on amendments, that is current related question. Everyone knows it. When question comes on amendment. Constitutional amendments, they rose right? When GST came, everyone gave it. त्यामुळे अमेंडमेंटचा जो प्रश्न आला तर तो प्रत्येकाला माहिती असतो. आणि एखादी आम्हाला इतकी महत्वाची की इतकी चर्चा होते की म्हणजे युपीएससी स्टुडंट सोडा बरेच बाहेरच्या लोकांना सुद्धा माहिती असतात, कॉमन मॅनला सुद्धा माहिती असतात. परंतु फीचर्स मध्ये सपोज सोव्हर्निटी. So do you know what is sovereignty in general idea? Means what? Yes. India is a sovereign country. Means what? No, that is about fundamental rights. That we are free in the country. I'm I'm saying कि sovereignty. India is a sovereign country. Sarvabhaum. Restrictions means we can take our own decision, right? Without any external, you can say external restrictions, external control. Okay. So we are आपण त्यांना स्वयंभू आहे. हा डिसिजन घेतो स्वतंत्र स्वयंभू डिसिजन घ्यायला आपण त्याला बोली भाषेत स्वयंभू म्हणतो आपल्याकडे जो डिसिजन घेतात. त्याला असं या पॉलिटिक्सच्या भाषेमध्ये सार्वभौमत्व. Okay, sovereignty, sovereign. India is a sovereign country. Means we can take our own decision without any restrictions by foreign country or international organization, anything. Okay. A question may come like because of liberalization, privatization, globalization, whether we are losing our sovereignty. Question discuss. So when it is asked about liberalization, privatization, globalization, so it is about the liberalization and specifically globalization. What is happening because of globalization? We are member of WTO World Trade Organization, right? We are a member of United Nations Organization, right? We are a member of many organizations, like suppose this International Maritime Organization, Indian Ocean Regime, that circumference, that organization, exact name I forgot now. So that organization, India is member of many organizations, are so many things, so many organizations. So do they affect on India's decision making? Do you know about WTO? ऐकलेत कधी? ओके. काय म्हणजे काय न्यूज वाचतो आपण? सांगशील? काय असतात WTOचे न्यूज? कुठली जनरल म्हणजे काहीतरी आपल्या मनात एक काहीतरी फ्रेमवर्क तयार होतो ना. हा ट्रेडिंग न्यूज मध्ये नेमकं काय असतं ट्रेडिंगच्या WTOचं? एक्झॅक्टली इसेन्स काय असतं? हा आणि मग इंडियावर त्याचा काय परिणाम होत असतो? आपण त्या न्यूज काय येतात आपल्याकडे? का कसा परिणाम होतो? पण कसा परिणाम होतो? त्याच्यामध्ये काही म्हणजे मॅन्डेटरी प्रोव्हिजन्स आहेत. When we become part of that organization, we must accept it. Means whenever we are taking decisions, suppose we want to increase uh, export duty, or suppose not export duty will decrease it, but suppose import duty. Because some things are importing in India, we are importing in India. Because of that, our local manufacturer, they are facing competition. That may affect our business. So we may increase import restrictions or those charges. Then, according to WTO norm, there are restrictions on increasing the import duties. The import duties means it has affected our sovereignty. म्हणजे आपण डिसिजन घेण्यामध्ये सार्वभौम आहेत completely नाही आहेत. So we are bound by decision of certain organization, agreement of certain organization because of globalization. So you will take that reference. But असं तर नाहीये की आपल्याला तसं करावंच लागेल. That is our own choice. We may not become part of the WTO. We'll have to write a balanced answer, yes, up to certain extent, but we are doing it for our own advantage. Then we can write some points there. Now here This type of questions you will not get in any book. Lakshmikant, you will not find it. Only features are given. What is meaning of different those words? What is meaning by sovereign, democracy, republic, secular? So just meanings are given there. त्याचा तिथे फायदा नाही होत एक्झाम मध्ये. In main examination, what they are asking us, its application. So its application is important. Means when you will read Indian polity for this topic first, it is not that much useful for this topic first, except this basic structure of the constitution. That also will take in the classroom. Okay, everything will take in the classroom. But I am telling you how to study for prelim and how to study for maths. कारण काय होतं की पेपर 2 जसा रिलेटिव्हली सिंपल असून लोकांना कमी मार्क्स येतात, कारण की ते एका पुस्तकावरच जास्त दिलाय. त्यांना हाऊ टू डू दिस अप्लाइड स्टडी दॅट दे डोंट नो, दे डोंट डू इट. Because it requires your own efforts and discussion in the classroom. Whenever we will discuss these things in the classroom, you participate in it. Okay, you understand it. Now, suppose second topic here. Functions, responsibilities of the union and state, issues, challenges pertaining to federal structure. Then devolution of powers, financial up to local levels, and challenges therein. Now here, two keywords are there: federal structure and local level. This local self. Generally, you will see question on local self. Out of 10 exams, in 7 exams, you will find question on local self. Means in main examination, under this topic, actually local level, local self-government, this is important. Otherwise, this responsibilities, function of union state, हे फक्त वाचायचं. एक्झाम मध्ये असं कधीही विचारलं जात नाही. Never they will ask you these things. They will ask you another question on federal problems. In federal structure, there are various challenges. Like suppose governor, appointment of governor, that is one challenge. Because of governor, problem arises between center and states. बघतो आपण महाराष्ट्र गव्हर्नमेंटमध्ये बघितलं मागच्या 2-3 वर्षापूर्वी, right? So here that is one problem. Then devolution of money, that is another problem. We created Niti Aayog. Previously it was a planning commission. We are trying to give solution to it. Then border problems, decision taken by the center, final decision. Creation of states, restructuring of states. Article 356, President rule. राष्ट्रपती राजवट ज्यावेळेस लावतात राज्यामध्ये. So these are the some issues related with the federation. Our Honorable Prime Minister always says about the competitive federation, right? And cooperative federalism. So what is this competitive and cooperative federalism? How we are achieving it? So that is the part you will have to generate. That you will have to read from newspaper and discussion in the classroom. Means different points you will connect here. But याच्यामध्ये दोनच keywords आहेत: local self government and financial issues and the federal structure. Another thing, third point, separation of power between various organs, disputes, redressal mechanisms, and institutions. Now, separation of powers between various organs, and then after that dispute redressal mechanism where this should be found, and institutions. Now here legislature, executive, judiciary is there. These three important organs of state. त्यांच्यामध्ये कायम वाद होत असतात. कधी लेजिस्लेचर ज्युडिशरी मध्ये वाद होतो, ज्युडिशरी एक्झिक्युटिव्ह मध्ये वाद होतो, राईट? आता मग याच्यामध्ये जे वाद होत असतात, हाऊ वी रिझॉल्व इट? What exactly decisions are taken by Supreme Court? Which doctrines are given by Supreme Court? So again, this is related with the current event because major issues we know, but directly in book you will not find this answer. Yes, dispute redressal mechanism institutions we know, but we'll have to actually write its applied part. त्यामुळे हे सुद्धा असं डायरेक्टली पुस्तकात उत्तर मिळेल असं नसतंच, नाहीच. Then fourth, comparison of Indian constitution scheme with other countries. This fourth topic is less important because after 3, 4, 5 years, one question is. It is important when you will write exam. But when you are starting your preparation, don't directly jump on this part and compare Indian constitution with other constitution. That is the latter part. Okay. Because when you understand completely your own constitution, then some features of UK's constitution or the USS constitution or their system, their polity, UK's polity, USS polity, France, their polity, this only 3, 4 countries. Their polity, their constitution and our constitution, mota moti we will come. Broadly, again, that is the broad. Because questions are not asked regularly on this. Questions are not asked regularly on this part. Then you can see here, parliament, state legislature, structure, functioning, conduct of business, power, privileges, issue arising out of this. Now here, only these powers and privileges related with some features or some controversial questions are asked. Otherwise, other part is related with the prelim, structure of the parliament or functioning, all these things. Now they may ask you here current related issue regarding this. Again, bookish questions are not asked on this part. Rarely this may happen that in once in 10 years, 8 years, they may ask you the responsibilities and function of Speaker of the Lok Sabha or the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, responsibilities of CAG, how CAG's independence is made, that is related with the executive, that we can say related with this topic too. Okay, functions of the union and the states. Then regarding Attorney General, ते खरंच 5-7 इन्स्टिट्यूट आहेत. तर याच्यावर एखादा प्रश्न दरवर्षी असतो, पण या सर्वांमधला एखादा प्रश्न असतो. म्हणजे तो जो टॉपिक आपण शिकतो तो 5-7 वर्षानंतर तो एकदा येतो. And that you prepare in the prelim examination, those topics. So that prelim study will help you to solve those questions. Then now you see 6th number question, structure, organization and functioning of executive and the judiciary, ministries, department of government, etc. So here generally questions are not asked, but here pressure group, formal informal association and their role in polity. Like suppose Sakal Maratha Andolan was here in Maharashtra, right? So it was sort of pressure group. You might have read in newspaper. It affected the election result, or it influenced the election result. Influence means voters' behavior, voting, whom to vote. That is a pressure group, right? Farmers, those processions, okay, means whatever happened in Punjab, Haryana, that is also actually pressure group. Those pressure groups are also creating some influence on Indian polity or decision making, right? So many pressure groups are there, informal or formal organizations are there, how they play their role. Now this is important and this is not given in book. That we will have to discuss in the classroom. म्हणजे आपण मी तुम्हाला सांगतो की कोचिंग का महत्वाचं असतं. हे सर्व जे आहेत ना हे असं इतकं सोपं नाही की पुस्तकात दिलेलं आहे आणि ते तुम्ही डिस्कस करा, तर तुम्ही लिहिताय, तर त्याच्यावर एकाच गोष्टीवर तुम्ही 10 प्रश्न निर्माण करू शकता. सर्व पुस्तकामध्ये देणं शक्य नसतं. तुम्हाला तो कन्सेप्ट समजल्यानंतर यू विल हॅव टू अप्लाय दॅट कन्सेप्ट. When we discuss in the class, we discuss it from different point of view and it open up doors related with the topic in your brain. And you get a chance to discuss it. or you can apply your own understanding related with the topic. You can generate answer. It develops your answer generation ability. This answer generation, which developing answer generation ability is extremely important. So here pressure group is important. Now salient features of the Representation of People Act. Now here very less questions are asked again. After 2-3 years, 4 years, one question is asked. कारण की हे लोकांनी पाठ केलेले असतात आणि ते फॅक्च्युअल डेटा शक्यतो युपीएससी विचारत नाहीत. Instead of that, they are asked related with the election part. आणि युपीएससीला असं रेस्ट्रिक्शन नाही की जसं तसं विचारायचं. This is a factual, you will get it directly in the book. Then appointment of various constitutional posts or constitutional bodies. Now here all constitutional bodies, like suppose Finance Commission is there, Election Commission is there, Institution of CAG is there, Institution of Attorney General is there. Okay. So these are the various constitutional bodies. SC commissions are there, and how they work and their problems. So here one question definitely comes on this part. This you can directly prepare from the book. This is the bookish part. This is the bookish part. And relatedly, and here there are very less controversy regarding this. And 9 topic is nothing but extension of 8th topic. It is about the statutory, regulatory, and quasi-judicial board. Because we have a Niti Aayog, we have a Human Rights Commission. Okay, human rights, we have a Women Commission. Okay. Now here, these commissions are, some commissions are statutory. Statute means what? Law. When we say constitutional bodies, means institutions which are created by the constitution. When we say statutory body, institutions which are created by statute. Like suppose Human Rights Commission. Statute is there, law is there, and that law has created that institution. When you will take Niti Aayog, Niti Aayog ऐकलेत ना? Okay, Niti Aayog. The Niti Aayog is not created by the constitution, is not created by the legislative enactment. It is created by the executive resolution. म्हणजे executive जो ठराव पास करतात, त्या ठरावाच्या आधारावर ही बॉडी तयार होते. पुन्हा ह्या ज्या ऑर्गनायझेशन्स आहेत तर यांच्याशी रिलेटेड जे काही इश्यू असतात त्याच्यावर प्रश्न विचारला जातो. सो 8 and 9, these 2 topics are nothing but the same topic. Only for the clarification of syllabus, that is divided constitutional and statutory body. Regulatory bodies are there. आपण सर्व शिकवत सर्व. So suppose आता हे 1 to 9 topics are there. Okay. And even though syllabus is given like this, you will see questions. Some question we can relate it and some question we cannot relate it. Those questions are asked directly on the application of all these topics. Now again, let's see paper. Do you have any question? Do you have any question in your mind? Anything? Now you see here, question first. Why I am taking you directly on the question paper. पण मला वाटतं हा अप्रोचच फार महत्वाचा असतो. की अभ्यास कसा करायचा, मुळात तुम्हाला वाचायचं कशासाठी आहे. Whether you want to teach in the classroom, whether you want to actually give answers in the interview, whether you want to write and find out answers in the objective examination, or whether you have to write answers in a subjective examination. Content is same, but its utility that you must know. Suppose as a teacher, I will read allied those topics also because I want to develop myself so that I can clarify these topics more. I should have ability to simplify these topics. But as a student, you need not to read all these things. You need not to read the scholarly articles on this part. Now you see this question, constitutionally guaranteed judicial independence. So our Indian judiciary is independent, right? There is a separation of power, legislature, executive and judicial. What UPSC is asking here, so here judicial independence is feature of the Indian Constitution, right? जसं तुम्हाला मी sovereignty बोललो. India is a sovereign country. India is a democratic country. India is a republic country. Same here, judicial independence or federation. These are features of Indian polity, right? So here, judicial independence is feature. What they are asking us, how it is a prerequisite. म्हणजे काय? Requirement. Like suppose if you want to give civil services examination, your graduation is a prerequisite. Without graduation, you cannot give that exam. It is a prerequisite. Similarly, here, this judicial independence, independence is prerequisite of democracy. म्हणजे जर तुम्हाला लोकशाही वाचवायची असेल, लोकशाही टिकवायची असेल, लोकशाहीला तुम्हाला अधिक व्हायब्रंट बनवायचं असेल, you want to make it more vibrant, then you will have to keep judiciary independent. In no book you will get this answer. Now, in what ways judiciary maintain independence? You shall write those points. Sorry, judicial independence maintains democracy. Now, this is about thinking. आता डायरेक्टली असा प्रश्न विचारला येईल की आपल्याला माहित नाहीये. आपल्याला वेगवेगळे फीचर्स असतात. ते फीचरचं ऍप्लिकेशन आपण जितकं शक्य तितकं आपण ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करायचं. Suppose this question is coming. Now, democracy. When democracy is in threat, केव्हा वाटतं तुम्हाला डेमोक्रेसी थ्रेट मध्ये असू शकेल? Leaders. Okay, they try to overpower the citizens. Means are abrogated or violated by the executives. Instead of leaders, we will say political executives. Political executives may take certain decision. की ठीक आहे की जे आज दुपारी बाहेर निघतील त्यांना जेलमध्ये टाकायचं. घेतला त्यांनी डिसिजन. म्हणजे काय की आपले फंडामेंटल राईट्सवर आता बंधनं आली आहेत. देन व्हॉट वी विल डू? असं सरकारने हुकूम काढलाय. दुपारी रस्त्यावर दिसलं तर जेलमध्ये टाकायचं. तुम्ही काय करणार? घरी बसणार. करणार काय? Collectively, but collectively government will use force. We know that judiciary is there. Judiciary is not influenced by the executive. It's a independent. Will go to judiciary. they will say that it is violating our fundamental. पण जर एक्झिक्युटिव्हने म्हटलं की कोरोना इज देअर, राईट, इट्स अ virus and communicable disease. Okay, so this disease is very dangerous. It is threatened to humanity. So to restrict it, to control it, we have actually passed such orders. ज्युडिशरी काय म्हणाले, ठीक आहे, हे काही डेमोक्रेसीच्या विरुद्ध नाहीयेत, लोकांचा जीव वाचवण्याकरता. सो फॉर अ टेम्पररी पिरियड वी आर अलाउइंग इट. बट if valid reason is not given by the government, then judiciary will say ki it is not accepted. म्हणजे आपल्या फंडामेंटल राईट्सवर असं अतिक्रमण एक्झिक्युटिव्ह कडनं होऊ शकतं, किंवा लेजिस्लेचर असा एखादा कायदा पास करू शकतं की विच इज अँटी डेमोक्रेटिक. लेजिस्लेचर में enact a law that only arts and commerce science student can give UPSC examination. You will say, भाई ये तो जाती हो गई, right? I am engineer, I am doctor, I am agriculture graduate. It doesn't mean that I have no right to become a civil servant. It's anti-democratic. We'll go in the judiciary. What happened about the NEET? Where people went? Judiciary. माहिती ना नीट बद्दल काय चालू आहे, तर मेडिकलची एक्झाम. ज्युडिशरीने काय सांगितलं की त्या लोकांची एक्झाम, ज्यांना ग्रेस मार्क्स मिळालेत, रद्द करा त्यांची फेअर एक्झाम. सरकार म्हणत होतं सर्व व्यवस्थित झाले. पण ते डेमोक्रेटिक आहेत का की त्यांना तुम्ही जास्त मार्क्स दिले ग्रेसचे, त्याला काही बेसिस नाहीये, मग आम्ही अभ्यास केलेला तर आमचं काय ना. अल्टिमेटली इट वॉज अबाउट युअर राईट्स, स्टुडंट राईट्स. Why this difference? Why they are given grace marks? शेवटी आपण कुठे गेलो? ज्युडिशरी मध्ये गेलो. इफ देर आर नो फ्री अँड फेअर इलेक्शन, लोक कुठे जातात? ज्युडिशरी मध्ये जातात. तर असे वेगवेगळे कारण, वेगवेगळे जे इश्यू असतील, दोज इश्यू यू विल राईट अँड हाऊ ज्युडिशरी ऍक्च्युअली प्रोटेक्ट्स अस and how it maintains democracy. And if judiciary is not independent, then judiciary will take decision under the influence of either legislature or executive, and whatever they will say will have to follow, and that is not democracy. Someone should be there who is independent and will maintain the democracy. जसं घरामध्ये वाटण्या होतात बऱ्याच ठिकाणी, तर आता आपण मूवीमध्ये बघतो, आजकाल तर काय तसं प्रश्न येत नाहीत, कारण की मुलंच कमी झालेले आहेत आणि वाद कमी झालेले आहेत. पण जुनं आपण बघितलेले आहेत, तर कोणतरी 2-3 त्रयस्थ लोक येतात जे घरातले मेंबर नाहीयेत आणि ते वाटणी करतात. घरातलंच कोणी का नाही घेत, पण घरातलंच कोणतरी असलं तो बायस असू शकतो. इव्हन आई वडिलांना सुद्धा जिवंत असल्यानंतर बाहेरची लोक बोलवतात. का करतात? कारण मुलं आई वडिलांवर आरोप ठेवतात, नाही यांना मोठाच लाडका आहेत किंवा लहानच लाडका आहेत. आपण मूवीमध्ये बघितलेले, जे ग्रामीण भागातले असतील त्यांना म्हणजे त्यांना आयुष्य माहित असतं की आई वडिलांना सुद्धा विश्वास नसतो, कारण की ते कदाचित बायस असू शकतात. आणि दॅट इज ऑल्सो प्रोबॅबिलिटी, असू शकतं, असतं. कोणी जास्त आवडतं किंवा कोणी खराब असल्यामुळे जास्त आवडत नाही. परंतु जे त्रयस्थ लोक असतात, इंडिपेंडंट असतात, सो दे कॅन टेक डिसिजन की बाबा ठीक आहे, असं असं तुम्ही असं असं वाटणी करा, आम्हाला हे योग्य वाटतं. कारण की त्यात त्यांचा काहीच दुसरा हेतू नसतो त्यांना त्याच्यात. शेवटी इंडिपेंडंट कोणतरी ऑथॉरिटी असली की तिथे अशी म्हणजे बायसनेस नसणार. So we will write here some example how independent judiciary protects it, why it is important. It needs brainstorming and writing point precisely in a point format. That's if you are writing more points, you will get more marks. Now in this question, everyone will write answer. But how you are writing answer, how many points you are writing, that will actually the real issue. Some will get 2 marks, 2.5 marks, 3 marks, and some will get 5 marks, even 5.5 marks or 6 marks. इथेच तुमचा ते 2-2, 3-3, 4-4 मार्क्सचा फरक पडू शकतो. म्हणजे माहिती प्रत्येकाला आहे, परंतु तुम्ही जितकं छान जास्त लिहाल, रिलेव्हंट पॉइंट लिहाल आणि त्याचे उत्तराचे जे अस्पेक्ट असतात, if you are writing more aspect of it, there is a probability that you will get more marks. Right? Now another question you can see here. We are who are entitled to receive the free legal aid. Assess the role of this NALSA, National Legal Service Authority, in rendering free legal aid in India. Now this question was asked in prelim also related with the free legal aid. Now free legal aid is mentioned in directive principle of state policy, but they are not asking us that part. Now here, who are entitled to receive the free legal aid? That is the factual part. In general also we can write it. The poor person, right? Poor persons, then women, SC, ST. Means in general also we can write it. So who are having a more prelim related knowledge, they will write more points. This is the first part of the question. Anyway, it is asked only for 10 marks. So there is no scope. You shall write 150 words there. Now they are asking us, assess the role of this organization in rendering the free legal aid in India. Assess the role. So what are the function of this authority? And we will write how they are helping. So here, this you can write from the books. Then I can say it's the factual part. Anyway, in prelim related that content, we read it. So this was first was absolutely not factual, completely analytical. Two, partial actually 60-70%. That is a factual, and around 30% that is the analytical. But I will say it is related with the facts. Some analysis is there. Then third, the states in India seems reluctant to empower urban local bodies both functionally as well as financially. आता लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंट मध्ये रुरल लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंट आणि अर्बन लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंट टू local self governments are there. Right. I told you more questions are asked on local self government. टॉपिक पुन्हा बघा म्हणजे कसे आपल्याला क्वेश्चन रिलेट करता येतात इफ यू नो द सिलेबसेस. सो वन क्वेश्चन वॉज आस्क्ड ऑन फीचर्स. पहिला प्रश्न होता तो फीचर्सवर होता. दुसरा जो होता तो डिफरंट ऑर्गनायझेशन, तो इथला होता ऑर्गनायझेशनवरचा होता. किंवा इट इज अबाउट दी responsibilities of state etc. NALSA. Then here local level bodies. आता तो बघतो आपण प्रश्न urban local bodies that is on the local level challenges, functional financial challenges बघा, powers and finances up to local level and challenges therein. So question will come on challenges, right? So here question is asked on challenges. Key states in India seems reluctant to empower urban local bodies both functionally and financially. आता state का reluctant असतात? आता again this is not given in books. This is an analysis. This is an analysis. का देत नाहीत ते अर्बन लोकल बॉडीजला मोर पॉवर्स, फंक्शन्स अँड फिनान्स? शिकायचं आपल्याला, पण तरी तुम्हाला काय वाटतं जनरल? more control. Simple thing, they don't want to share their power. Already there are lack of finance in the state itself. Fiscal fatalism, GST, now it is the money is going in the hand of center and then it is distributed. So financial power is reducing in the hand of state itself. And they want to increase their own authority control over the population, over the cities, over the state. When you are giving more power to local level bodies, so see this sort of independence there. Independence means in terms of functions, right? Autonomy in terms of function. म्हणजे त्यांचं डिपेंडन्स जे असतं स्टेटवरचं कमी व्हायला लागतं and the local level representative becomes powerful. It hampers the power of state legislative members, MLS. आता बघा जे शहरामध्ये जे कॉर्पोरेट असतात, नगरसेवक असतात, त्यांचं वजन वाढत चाललंय. म्हणजे एमएलए पेक्षा ते सुद्धा तितकंच लेवलला आता इक्वल इम्पॉर्टंट व्हायला लागले. किंवा या समितीचा अध्यक्ष, त्या समितीचा अध्यक्ष, कारण की एका शहरामध्ये बरेच आमदार असतात शहराच्या साईज नुसार. किंवा जे महापौर असतात किंवा नगरपालिकेचे अध्यक्ष असतात, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ म्युनिसिपालिटी, दे आर गेटिंग इम्पॉर्टन्स. So why they are reluctant to move right those 3, 4, 5 issues? That's it. This is the analysis. This is not factual. It's on the basis of your own understanding of local self-government. So when I teach in the classroom, suppose 1 or 2 lectures I take on the factual data. That is important for plea. But when we discuss it, so 3, 4 pages, I give notes in the classroom. I say every point I discuss then, these are the problems in rural local self-government. These are the problems in urban local self-government. And in rural local self-government also there are various issues. So one question was asked, the rural local self-government has become a just tool of political devolution and not the, we can say, it is not playing a role of good governance or increasing governance at the local level. आपण बघतो की लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंट मध्ये बऱ्याचदा फक्त सरपंच निवड वगैरे याच्या पुरताच फक्त ते मर्यादित राहतं. त्याच्या पलीकडे काय कार्य करायचं अजून तितकी अवेअरनेस लोकांमध्ये आलेलीच नाहीये. जी लोकल सेल्फ गव्हर्नमेंट म्हणतो आपण, त्यांनी स्वतःचे डिसिजन घ्यायला पाहिजे, पण ते राजकारणापुरतच मर्यादित राहते. त्याचे इश्यू रिअल लाईफ मध्ये काय आहेत, रिअल इश्यू that we discuss in the class, right? So this part is related with it. Then compare the British and Indian approaches to parliamentary sovereignty. आता हा प्रश्न काय कशावर आहे? Comparison of Indian constitution with the other countries, त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड आहे. आता ह्या वर्षी विचारला, पुढे 2-3 वर्ष विचारण्याची शक्यता कमी असते, कारण याच्यावर प्रश्न कमी येतो. पण आता याच्यामध्ये when you will see already we know Indian constitution and Indian parliamentary sovereignty, and also we know British parliamentary sovereignty. In the classroom we study it. British parliament is a more sovereign than Indian parliament. Sovereign म्हणजे काय? It was good. Okay. So it is difficult for us to wake up early in the morning and to go for exercise. So some people actually they continue only for 8 to 10 days, then they discontinue. And some once you have completed 1 month or 1.5 months, and those people every day they become habitual. You see, actually old people now they are more disciplined. If they wake up early in the morning, 6 o'clock, every day they wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and go for walking because they have become so habitual. Now it becomes routine, part of their life. It becomes their lifestyle. Okay, that body has adjusted it. त्यामुळे जास्त काळ जोपर्यंत तुम्ही हे असं करत राहतात ना तसं तुमचं ते हॅबिट चांगले हॅबिट डेव्हलप होतात. इनिशियलचा जो काळ असतो ना तो स्वतंत्र स्ट्रगलचा असतो जोपर्यंत बॉडी हॅबिच्युअल होते. एकदा बॉडी हॅबिच्युअल झाली की इट इज व्हेरी इझी, इट इज नॉट दॅट मच डिफिकल्ट. ओके, नाउ हियर क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 you see here. Discuss the role of presiding officers of state legislature in maintaining order and impartiality in conducting legislative work and facilitating best democratic practices. It is on the speaker, speaker, speaker of the house. आता तुम्हाला सांगितलं मी की when actual questions is asked on legislature etc. they may ask you on the speaker. Only that is the possibility, or the chairman of Rajya Sabha, vice president. 2 years back, one question was asked: what are the role and responsibilities of vice president with regards to legislature, Rajya Sabha? Those functions were asked, and similar question is asked here on the speaker or the presiding officer of the state legislature. Now it is presiding officer of state legislature or the Lok Sabha. Similar in maintaining order and impartiality in conducting legislative work and in facilitating best democratic practices. So here just functions are mentioned there in the book. You write those functions. Now it is a factual. म्हणजे we can predict it. जसं की 2-3 वर्षापूर्वी जर व्हाईस प्रेसिडेंट प्रश्न आलेला आहे रिगार्डिंग his responsibilities in Rajya Sabha. Obviously, on speaker question will be asked. आता यात स्पीकर कुठले असू दे, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर किंवा लोकसभा, functions are same. Functions are same. Now, question number 6. Crucial aspect of development process has been inadequate attention paid to human resource development. हा क्वेश्चन गव्हर्नन्स वर आहे. अजून हे आपण बघायचंय. It is on the governance. Then Competitive Commission of India, CCI. तुम्ही ऐकले CCI, Competition Commission of India? Have you heard about it? Have you heard CCI? But other CCI, Competition Commission of India, when suppose two industries they are having competition, and we shall maintain free and fair competition in those bodies, sorry, those institutions. That's why Competition Commission of India is there, and we have established this commission after the liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So this question is asked on regulatory bodies. Now we must know regulatory bodies. Why they are created, the issues that we will discuss in the class. But in general also you must know. Do you know IRD? Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. IRD. Okay, it is related to the insurance. Then we also know the SEBI. It regulates the share market. Similarly, it's the Competition Commission of India, right? Then related with the telecommunication. Kutle? No. Regulatory authority. Try. ऐकलं ट्रायने डिसिजन दिला, ट्रायने तो डिसिजन दिला, याच्यावर फाईन लावला. ओके, कॉल ड्रॉप होत आहेत म्हणून त्यांना बोलले टेलिकॉम रेग्युलेटरी ऑथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया, राईट. आता ह्या जे ऑर्गनायझेशन असतात त्याच्यावरची कधी कधी कॉन्ट्रावर्सीज असतात, त्याचे फंक्शन असतात, ते आपल्याला माहित असले पाहिजे, आणि त्याच्या कॉन्ट्रावर्सी त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन सुद्धा प्रेडिक्टेड असतात किंवा प्रेडिक्टेबल असतात. प्रेडिक्टेबल असतात. Exact question we cannot predict, but the issue we can predict. Now here it's a simple. They have asked us here about the CCI. Once there was a question about the this IRDA and RBI. Once there was a question, instead of having these different regulatory authorities, can we establish only one regulatory authority? But can I? The simple reasons are there. Okay. So here this statutory body, various this is quasi-judicial. Means some actually regulatory bodies are quasi-judicial, statutory bodies are also quasi-judicial. Okay, त्यामुळे quasi-judicial लिहिलं काय किंवा नाही लिहिलं, it doesn't matter. So it is about the constitutional body, statutory body, and regulatory body. So this question is asked on regulatory bodies, Competition Commission of India. आता आपल्याला आता हे का वाचायचं, क्वेश्चन पेपर कायम का बघायचे? Why I'm telling you first question paper? Because you will understand कि when I am reading newspaper and news is related with the trial, news is related with the CCI, Competition Commission of India, news is related with the SEBI, so that part of regulated body, sorry, regulatory body, and questions are asked like this. Now you know this is part of our syllabus, and questions are asked like this. From that article, now you will find out your required content. Right? जसं हनीबीज जे असतात ना, फुलातनं फक्त काय हनी बाहेर काढत. They know what they want. So study is like this. Study is like this. म्हणजे आपल्याला तर सर्व ग्रास्प करायचं नाहीये. तर मग CCI, आता what they are saying, they containing the abuse of dominant position by the MNCs in India, refer the recent decisions. Means there might be some controversial issues that was in newspaper, that was in news. So related with it, they are asking functioning of CCI. So whenever you will read articles related with this, so in your own notebook or in your own e-notes, you will just write few statements from there, few points related with the analysis. Because in newspaper, analysis also will be given there. That is the news. And in news, they give 2-3 points. They are part of analysis. असं तुम्ही 2-3 आर्टिकल वाचल्यानंतर तुम्ही नंतर आर्टिकलच्या वाचायला तुम्ही मला तेच मुद्दे देत आहेत ते पण. तर न्यूज मध्ये पुन्हा वेगवेगळं काही येत नाही. मग काय होतं की यू कॅन जस्ट स्कॅन दोज न्यूज and just if you are getting new points, then only you will see, otherwise let it go. Your reading speed also increases. No need to read that news very carefully every time, because now we know the issue, we know the problem, we know the cases, what is going on. Only they are saying what happened today, after 5 days Supreme Court says something, again after 10 days the appeal is there. So ultimately we get the conclusion. And we also know the analytical points. So you write down analytical points and conclusion. Means in the classroom also, it is not possible to take analysis of all these institutions because there are restrictions everywhere. Everywhere. जे class किती कुठलाही असू दे, it is not possible. Because then it will take a lot of time. आणि केवळ काय इश्यू एमर्ज होतील ते पण आपल्याला माहित नाहीत ना. त्यामुळे रेग्युलेटरी बॉडीज विल टेक, विल सी दोज इश्यूज ऑल्सो. ओके, बट ऑन करंट इव्हेंट you will have to keep your eyes on current event related with this. That's why we must know the syllabus. That is important. We must know the syllabus. Now here 8 number question, it is related with the governance, e-governance. अजून आपलं बघायचंच आहे ते. 9, 10 IR. Now you see, now this question, 11 number question you see. 11 number question. Now it is general question on the constitution. खरं तर हा पहिले 1-2 जे पार्ट आहेत त्याच्यावरचा प्रश्न. What question is that the Constitution of India is a living instrument with capabilities of enormous dynamism. म्हणजे काय की our Constitution is a living instrument, जिवंत आहे. Okay, it is not stagnant and with the capabilities of enormous dynamism. Is according to situation we are making amendments in the Constitution. It is not static, it is not rigid, right? So it is adapting itself with evolving situations. Here it is a constitution made for a progressive society and illustrated with special references to the expanding horizons of the right to life and personal liberty. आता right to life and personal liberty हा always controversial issue असतो. त्याच्यामध्ये बरेचसे डिसिजन घेतले गेलेले आहेत. In the book also you will find a list of those different issues. Right to life, like suppose right to livable environment, this is also right to life. Otherwise सर पोल्युशन होतंय, काय होतंय, मग लिव्हेबल एन्व्हायरमेंट नाही ना. सुप्रीम कोर्टने म्हटलं की दॅट इज ऑल्सो युअर फंडामेंटल राईट. एक्सपांड दॅट होरायझन. Right to food, it's a right. I'm not getting food, it's a responsibility of government. Right to livelihood. So these issues are coming. जे गव्हर्नमेंट आपल्याला ना बघा फ्री मध्ये, ऑलमोस्ट फ्री मध्ये राशन मिळते फॉर पुअर पीपल. वाय दिस इज हॅपनिंग? जिथे जिथे अशा गोष्टी घडत असतील की लोकांचा खाण्याला सुद्धा जर प्रश्न येत असेल तर तिथे गव्हर्नमेंट आहे. असे जे इश्यूज आहेत that is already given in a book. So it is also bookish plus your own analysis. Relatively simple. कारण की हा right to life and personal liberty and Article 19, this is Article 21 and another is actually Article 19. These two articles are important and on these two articles questions are asked. And sometimes actually questions are asked on the right to freedom of religion. How we are maintaining it, how we are protecting it, sort of. Okay, that question comes. Then here explain again, it's your own opinion on the constitution. They are saying explain the constitutional perspective of gender justice with the help of relevant constitutional provision and case laws. Atah part of the question is simple, means related to the gender justice. Which of the provisions are there in the constitution, means in the fundamental right, in the DPSP, what is mentioned there. Once we understand it, some decision, judicial decision, which become part of law. So it's a partial current event or your notes and partial bookish part. So this is related with the constitution. Now another question you will see there on the governance. 14, 15, you see here. Discuss the contribution of civil society group, then constitutional amendment. See, explain the significance of the 101st constitutional amendment. To what extent does it reflect the accountability, accommodative spirit of the federalism? आता ही अमेंडमेंट रिसेंट आहे. आता हे प्रत्येकाला माहित असतं ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही मेन्सची एक्झाम देणार ना, कारण की ऑलरेडी जे करंट इव्हेंट जे असतात महत्वाचे ते माहितच असतात. The constitutional amendment is given, they will not ask you old question. They will always ask you the recent question. Okay, so in this way you will get here. Yes, if you have any question, you can ask it. Someone has raised hand. Okay, okay. See, this is actually online. I will see question on the YouTube. Okay, you can also mention your question on the YouTube. I will see. I will try to answer your questions. If you have any question, you can actually write in the chat box also. Okay. 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 See, in this way, actually, you can see these questions and you can relate it. So, syllabus is very important. Again, we'll see this governance related issue in short, where content is not that much available and how brainstorming is important here. And this governance part is less prepared by many students. Less prepared by many students, governance. Now you see here, government policies and interventions for development in various sectors and issue arising out of their design and implementation. Now this topic is really difficult. This topic is really difficult. Why really difficult? Because no content is there. Yeah, what they are saying, government policies. There are various government policies, various and intervention for development in various sectors, which government takes decision for the development of infrastructure, right? For the development of agriculture sector, for the development of logistics, so many things are there. Education, okay. So here related with development and issues arising out of their design and implementation. So implementation problems are there, policy implementation problem. So there are general implementation problems are there. So which are general policy implementation problem? Like suppose human that machine or human resource that is not capable for the implementation of that policy, right? Then culture of society, right? Sometimes hidden agenda of local those influence people, they hinder those policies. Certain rights issues of people, like suppose we are constructing dam, so it leads to backwater. Because of that backwater, माहिती backwater म्हणजे काय? तुम्ही भिंत बांधलीत तर ते पाणी मागे यायला लागतं, रिव्हर मोठी होते आणि आजूबाजूचा जो संपूर्ण एरिया आहे तो सबमर्ज होतो. It leads to submergence of agricultural land, some villages, forest area. So here issue arises. Issues comes from the environmentalist, right? Issue comes from some NGOs who are supporting people who are affected and they are right issues. They are not wrong. पण आता आपण इथे काय करायचंय की डेव्हलपमेंट पण थांबवता येत नाही. डेव्हलपमेंट हॅज इट्स ओन कॉस्ट. त्याची किंमत मोजावी लागते. आय एम नॉट टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ मॉनिटरी कॉस्ट पण अदर कॉस्ट. काही लोक डिस्प्लेस होतील. विल हॅव टू रिसेटल देम प्रॉपरली. विल हॅव टू ऍड्रेस दोज इश्यू प्रॉपर. आता काय होत आहे की हा 10 नंबरचा टॉपिक जो आहे हा कुठल्याही पुस्तकातनं तयार होतो. कुठेही नोट्स नाही असले तरी ते काही रिलेव्हंट नसतं. नोट्स देणं प्रत्येकाला सोपं आहे. का देत नाहीत? कारण त्याचा क्वेश्चन बदलत असतात. सो गुड आयडिया इज व्हॉट we must know the common policy implementation problem or policy issues. Now various policy issues are there. Like suppose त्याचं पंचायत वेब सिरीज वगैरे आले किंवा ज्या व्हिलेज मध्ये असतील की ओडीएफ विलेजेस, ओपन डेफिकेशन फ्री विलेजेस, सगंधारी मुक्त गाव आपल्याकडे योजना होत्या. तर आपल्याला 21व्या शतकामध्ये भारतामध्ये त्या स्कीम राबवाव्या लागतात. Why? Because we are having a different culture. The toilet review दाखवला होतात ना की it is not possible for us to construct toilets. we can construct houses, why not toilets? पण आपल्याकडे कल्चर काय होतं की these things we cannot keep in our house. We shall keep it out of the village. We have to change our mindset, our culture, thinking pattern. आणि तेव्हा पुढे आपण आता issues are there. Land acquisition is also issue at some places. काही ठिकाणी रस्त्यांचा मार्ग बदलावा लागतो. तुम्ही पुण्यामध्ये बघा रिंग रोड इश्यू चालू आहे. तर रिंग रोड करता जी जागा अक्वायर करायची आहे त्याचे इश्यू आहेत. ते गावाच्या बाहेर ना घ्यायचे, ज्यांच्या जमिनी जाणार, मग त्या जमिनी जर संपूर्ण जमीन जर त्या म्हणजे इट्स सपोज फर्टाईल ऍग्रिकल्चर लँड, that is also lot of loss of agriculture land. What is about the remuneration of these people, whether they are accepting it or not? What is about their rehabilitation? पण याला काय अर्थ नाहीत ना. सगळं माझी जमीन आहे आणि सगळं माझी 5 एकर जमीन आहे. मला ठीक आहे, मला पैसे जरी दिले, रेम्युनरेशन दिले, पण आता ते पैसे माझे खर्च होणारे मला माहिती आहे. पण ज्या जमीन होती, जमीन विकणार नव्हतं, त्याच्या माझा उदरनिर्वाह, माझं समज जे कुटुंब असेल किंवा नेक्स्ट जनरेशन असेल, की देअर it will be livelihood of our family. But when I am getting money, I know we'll consume it. So we should have an alternative. What alternative? जसं तुम्ही बघा, ज्या ज्या ठिकाणी जमिनी गेलेल्या आहेत, लोकांच्या जमिनीचे पैसे मिळतात, रेकॉर्ड आहेत, त्या ठिकाणी महागड्या कार आहेत. अदरवाईज त्या लोकांनी कार घेतल्या असता का? इतक्या महागड्या कार नाही घेतल्या. पण ज्या ज्या ठिकाणी असं झालंय, समृद्धी महामार्ग गेला आहेत किंवा जिथे MIDC एरिया झालेले आहेत, किंवा तुम्ही गुडगाव बघा, तर सगळं केस स्टडीज आहे की महागड्या गाड्या येतात, मोठी मोठी घरं बांधली जातात आणि पैसा संपायला लागतो. पण अदरवाईज तो पैसा संपला असता का? ती जागा माझी राहिली असती, कारण जमीन कोणी शक्यतो विकतच नाही, म्हणजे कमी विकतं. शेतकरी जो असतो, कारण तिथे लाईव्हलीहूड असतं, साधा राहतो तो घरामध्ये, म्हणजे ते शेतकरी जे असते ते लाईव्हलीहूड असतं त्यांचं. तर मग अशा इश्यूज आहेत ना. मग हाऊ टू रिझॉल्व्ह दिस इश्यू, हाऊ टू मेक देम पार्टनर. मग काही ठिकाणी कसं असतं की त्यांना स्टेक होल्डर केलं जातं. दॅट इज अ गुड आयडिया. Like suppose here Magarpatna city is there, Nanded city is there. So developers, it is not about the government now, but it's developer. They made those people as a shareholder in that scheme. So permanently they are getting some income, right? So related these things, you shall know how questions are asked by UPSC on this topic, and what we shall read in the newspaper, what we shall discuss with our teachers or with our colleagues. Here you will get age. You will not get age when question comes on the write the function and power of the Lok Sabha speaker or the vice president related with Rajya Sabha, Constitutional Amendment Act, 101st Amendment Act. Everyone knows it. 19-20, difference will be there. But in this type of question, one may get only 1 or 2 marks and you may get 5 to 7 marks. Here you may get lead than the other students, where it is difficult to answer question. उत्तर तर लिहिणार, पण म्हणजे सर्व लोकांचे उत्तर लिहितात, कारण फेकाफेकी.com असतो बऱ्याच लोकांसाठी, जे मनात येईल ते लिहायचे. But it doesn't mean that they will get marks. So you will understand this topic only from questions. Topic number 10, you will understand only from questions. Otherwise, you will not understand it. Then you see development, process development industry. Here, role of NGOs and these different institutions, that is important. I showed you question in the question paper. You see here, NGO, society organization, it is same. This question is asked here. Discuss the contribution of civil society groups, means different NGOs, voluntary organization, for women's effective and meaningful participation in representation in state legislature in India. Now they are asking it very specifically. Here, discuss the contribution of civil society groups for women's effective and meaningful participation and representation in state legislature in India. State legislatures. Now, whenever you are reading newspaper, you get case studies of different NGOs. Some NGOs work for children. Some NGOs work for women and for their general development. Some NGOs work for their economic prosperity. Some NGOs work for their political representation. You will have to connect it. So here your newspaper will help. Once 7 to 8, this type of questions you know, then you will understand whenever news will come in newspaper, whenever you will see some meaningful videos, then you will get these case studies. And from those case studies, you will get 1 or 2 line statements. These are your notes. And that will make your answer different than your fellow students, fellow examiners. Not examiners, the students who are giving exam, right? So this is a governance question. Now you can see here, development of welfare scheme for the vulnerable by its nature are indiscriminatory in approach. Do you agree? Give reasons for your answer. They are asking about the different welfare scheme for the vulnerable people. Okay. Now here you see this topic. Welfare schemes for vulnerable section of people. Now vulnerable means which come under the vulnerable? Women, children, SC, ST, right? These are the vulnerable section of the population. Then age-old people, right? Senior citizens, they are also vulnerable. So whenever their schemes are there, first of all, you will have to know these schemes from different websites. And rarely analysis comes in newspaper regarding these schemes. आपण 70% 60% न्यूजपेपर वाचतो ना, तो आपल्याला काहीच कामाचा नसतो. आपल्याला it is about these schemes and their problems. Okay, we have less time, that's why I'm just now referring these issues. Then similarly here, issues relating with the development and management of health, education and human resources. We have schemes related with health, education and human resources. This is also a very good topic on which you can write answers through discussion. Again, just bookish notes are not useful here. We must know different schemes, structures of human resource development, structure of education, structure of health system in India. म्हणजे प्रायमरी हेल्थ केअर पासून तर टर्शरी हेल्थ केअर पर्यंत. नंतर different schemes are there, right? So Ayush, how Ayush is contributing in developing or maintaining the health of Indian people? That can be a question. Okay, what are the problems in actual implementation of that Ayush, or whatever programs are designed by the Ayush? And then here similar, it's again extension, issues relating with the poverty and hunger. And here we are studying it in a governance issue, right? So in a governance, poverty and hunger means what? Key, which provisions are there in the constitution, which schemes are there, why schemes fail in a poverty eradication, right? Then how hunger and poverty are related, how some emphasis or suppose government is withdrawing itself from the health sector and education sector, how it is impacting the health of poor people, or we can say keeping them in the poverty itself, because the spending is increasing on health and education. They are not sending their children in the government school quality is supposed deteriorating, government schools are reducing. Everyone is going behind the private schools. बघा आता 20% खर्च लोकांच्या पगाराचा फक्त मुलांच्या शिक्षणावर होतो. जेव्हा आम्ही शिकलो तेव्हा कम्प्लिटली गव्हर्नमेंट स्कूल, झेडपी स्कूल और द म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन स्कूल किंवा विलेज मध्ये झेडपीचे स्कूल होते फक्त, किंवा जे इन्स्टिट्यूशन होते प्रायव्हेट इन्स्टिट्यूशन, त्या सॅलरीज आल्सो गिव्हन बाय दी गव्हर्नमेंट, जे हायस्कूल वगैरे होते संस्थांचं. म्हणजे फीज वॉज ऑलमोस्ट नथिंग, झिरो फीज वॉज दॅट. वरतून खायला प्यायला मिळायचं, दूध केळी काय 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 राहायचं. पण नाउडेज इट हॅज बिकम सो कॉस्टली. 70,000, 80,000, 1,00,000 रुपये स्टुडंटची फीज असते, प्लस इतर खर्च असतो. And that is really not easy. Almost 1 to 2 months salary of average person is going just on the education fees of their children. त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं, गरीब व्यक्तीला त्या गरिबीतून बाहेर येण्याकरता मार्गच नाही मिळत. की ज्या गोष्टी गव्हर्नमेंटने द्यायला पाहिजे होत्या त्यांना खर्च करावा लागतो. याच्याशी रिलेटेड सुद्धा क्वेश्चन आलेले आहेत. दॅट इज युअर ओन अनालिसिस ऑफ द सोसायटी, ऑफ द पॉवर्टी, ऑफ द हंगर. Okay, then it is about the e-governance here, aspects of governance, e-governance. एक क्वेश्चन आपण बघितला e-governance आला, that was relatively easy question. It is related with the good governance and various we can say tools which lead to governance, good governance, like suppose right to information, then e-governance, citizen charter, social audit, etc. And then one topic is role of civil services in democracy. Because wherever you will go, so their role in not development, but democracy. How they will maintain democracy. So here civil services related questions are asked. You see here 10 to 16 topics. They are related with the governance, and this governance topic is a neglected child. Neglected child, but gives you more marks if you take care of it. Out of 20 topics, our 70%, 80% time of paper 2 study goes only on the Indian polity and Lakshmikant, which is absolutely wrong if you want to get more marks. And here in the classroom we can make differences. Here you by your own reading analysis can make difference. Here when you will discuss with teachers or you will participate in the discussion in the classroom, you can develop your capability of generating answer or analyzing this topic, right? So in this way actually we can prepare this paper 2. So this was just overall idea about the paper 2, GS paper 2, Indian polity, governance and international relations. Okay. So I hope you might have got an idea about this Indian polity paper, syllabus, okay, how we shall prepare it. And after this, we will start the conceptual clarity, detailing part, okay, concept, then its application, etc. I hope you have, you might have understood the at least overall structure of polity and its relationship with the question, how we shall prepare it, and surely it will help you. So thank you, all of you will stop here, and if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you, online students. And tomorrow there will be no lecture because of the